Well, welcome back to Blake's and Bounds from Studio G, and we have a special guest in-house today, Paul Roe, our really close friend, one of the three amigos. We mentioned that in the first episode with Paul.
And folks at home are going, special guest?
Exactly.
Who is he?
Who is
or his
that?
friends are going, he's not special.
In our first episode with you, you talked a little bit about soccer, because that's how we met.
Yeah.
And you had never played the sport, but you know, you did well because of your athleticism. And the thing that I remember the most was how fast you were. You were really fast as a runner.
And it's funny because I was never known as a sprinter. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had good speed and stuff, and doing any running and stuff when it came to basketball and everything. I was always the one that would run it. Run faster than anybody in the lines and doing all that stuff.
Right.
So since I didn't play football in high school, I decided freshman year I wanted to be in shape for basketball. So I decided I'll go out for cross country. Took to it. I actually had a pretty good distance running capability.
Right.
So when basketball went through, and of course I'd run circles around everybody during my freshman year. I could run all day long, never get out of the game. This is I'm not tired. Let's go. Let's play another game.
Right.
But I decided that my freshman year I'll try out for track.
Right.
Instead of baseball. My coach goes, well, I think I want you to run the mile. So I ran the mile, got the first mile race, run through it. I won. Mm-hmm. One of the guys that I went to grade school with was out there. Very last lap, back stretch. I get boxed in by these guys, and I said an expletive, came around on the backside, and then just took off for the last 200 and ran like a 5:02 or something like that. Then my junior year came around, and the guy that was the school record holder in the triple jump, another Catholic school buddy of mine, he graduated, so they're kind of going, well, what should we do? So one of the things I'm also kind of known for is that I had hops.
Okay.
I could jump. But anyway, the guy that was the field coach, was also the head football coach at Bellingham, said, hey, we need a triple jumper.
Yeah.
You want to come out? I go, kind of like what you said to me. What's the triple jump?
Right.
I go, sure, let's give it a shot. But that kind of started it.
Well, I think that's why one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on the show, and of course Dennis thought it was a great idea too, was just this thing about the triple jump. I mean, so few people, right, Denny, even know what it is.
And
really,
I was correct. Well, I said it's hop, skip, and a jump.
Right.
And you corrected me right away. It's hop,
step,
and a jump.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and really, I mean, it's 3 jumps. And when you get down to it, actually, I think it was not in the first Olympics, but it was the first time I saw it in the Olympics. When you go back and look at the histories, was back in like 1912 or something.
Really,
like that.
it appeared then.
I thought you were going to say 62 BC. Back in Athens.
So did it stay in the Olympics all since that time?
Since
it hasn't left
1912.
and come back.
Yeah.
Maybe just go through the checklist of how you knew you were good at it, and what made you want to go for it.
Well, I liked it. I mean, immediately. I mean, once I did the first one in the first meet and landed in the pit, I'm going, this is
You talk. I'm going to.
Yes, we've got some visual aids coming up. Yes,
but there was a time, because it's funny, you mentioned the hop, skip, and a jump.
Yes.
And when you're first learning the triple jump, that middle jump, everybody will when they first learn it, it'll be a big hop, and then that all of a sudden they got too much momentum, don't have it figured out, take a little step, and then into the pit. So it's always small. Well, the big thing you want to do is, of course, try to lengthen out each one of these,
right,
so you get the most distance.
Well, Dennis has a book in his hands. Let's have him hand
have
that over.
Stanwood, I don't have my glasses on.
1980. Yeah.
And there are 3 pictures: the hop, step, and a jump. Explain.
The hop phase. So you see the takeoff board that's there, and that's part of the jump. So what you do is you're going to run and you're going to hop.
You hop off your right foot or left foot?
It doesn't matter. It's whatever your preference is, right?
Yours preference
Mine was right foot.
Okay.
And what you do is you go hop off of the right foot, land on the right foot, and then do the step.
Okay.
On and come out and then land on the left foot.
Okay.
And then you go into the pit for the final jump.
So it's the hop, and then it's just one step.
One step.
There's only one allowed,
And a jump.
and
So
then the jump.
Yep, that's it.
But it led to opportunities for college, though, right?
Oh, yeah. And senior year, I had a really good senior year. I was in state AA. We were AA school at the time. Pretty much number 2 in the state all year long.
Right.
Went to the state meet at Husky Stadium, which I was just going, this is cool. I went through my first set of 3 jumps, and the guy that led the state the whole year long, kid from Franklin High School by the name of Clay Heck, I was leading him after the first 3 preliminary jumps.
Wow.
And I'm going, what's going on here? Okay, fine. And I had my best jump. I had my personal best, 3 more jumps for the finals. And I'm still leading after 5. Guy gets up there, and the funniest thing happens. We were jumping into a headwind, and they got the little wind meters that are out there because they're doing the things to check whether they're wind aided. Well, things spinning this way. All of a sudden, it dead stops when he gets up on the runway, goes and switches directions. Clay Heck switches directions for him. His eyes get this big. Boom, he's down the runway, jumps 46.9. And I go, and of course, I go, okay, well, I just got to give it my best shot. You just got to give it all. Go down there, wind comes into my face. I go, super. Zip down, had another 46-foot jump, but not enough to beat him. I was actually enrolled to go to Washington State. I put my $50 in. I was accepted, ready to go. I had a roommate all lined up, buddy of mine from my high school. And it was out of the blue. I get a call from the track coach at Eastern. He goes through and he says, hey, I'd really like to have you come to Eastern. He says, I offer you a quarter tuition and a job. And I go, that sounds pretty cool. But yeah, I think, Coach, I think I'm going to go to Washington State. I'm already accepted. I'm ready to go. Okay, fine. 2 days later, another phone call. Jerry's calling me again. Say, hey, Paul, I was actually able to scrounge up a little bit more money. I said, I can get you 2 quarters of tuition and a job. And I'm sitting there just kind of going, wow, I've only got about $5,000 saved for college.
Right.
Okay, I'll take it. Kicking myself, I should have held out. Maybe I would have got 3 quarters of tuition and a job done. Right. But as it was, I'm going, it just helped out immensely.
I bet.
And
that's
huge. And I had a lot of fun. I my best meet jump was 48.3.
Okay.
Did it over in Missoula, Montana.
Wow.
But I did have a couple of practice jumps, 249 6-foot jumps and a 50-foot jump.
Wow.
And I was just happy at that point in time that I was.
So just to put that in perspective, what do the best jumpers do, the Olympic jumpers? I mean, at that time too, maybe not even today because everything gets better, but what would have been the best?
So at Eastern, and funny you mentioned it, one of the guys from Washington State was a guy by the name of Ian Campbell. And Ian was basically the top triple jumper out of Australia.
Okay.
And he was a silver medalist at the 1980 Olympics.
Wow.
But he was a 57-foot triple jumper.
Wow.
Glory days, 3 broken down high school athletes, some college athletics, talking about the good old days and knowing that we'll never achieve that stuff.
Glory days.
Ever again.
They'll pass you by.
So we live in the past.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Cheers to everybody and to our friendship. Thanks, fellas.
God, I'm sore.